Hello everybody, welcome back to another Minecraft tutorial video. This is the Minecraft SS Edmund Fitzgerald tutorial part 6, I believe. So I know it's been like 3 weeks since I released part 5. Things happened, I'll just say. For those of you who are in my Discord server, you probably know. But I'm not gonna be bothered explaining it again. If you want to know, just join the Discord, link in the description. Um, but anyway, yeah, I'm back with you know, part 6 here. So I haven't actually really written any details down. I'm just gonna kind of go back and forth between the prototype and the tutorial ship, and just kind of explain it as best as I can. It's more of a I kind of show you what to do, and you just kind of copy it. So we'll get along here now. We'll start with the details up around here on this deck. Actually, did I get the ones down here? I think I did, right? Yeah, okay. Um, And I forget if I added these staircases in the last part or not. Let me go back and check real quick. Did I add the staircases? Because I know I actually, last Sunday, I was planning on releasing this part 6. And then halfway through I realized my mic wasn't on. So I just kind of reverted my progress um, to back to here. Let's see. Yeah, I did add the staircases. Okay. So what details didn't I add? Did I remove everything? I think I did. Yeah. Okay, so this is fine. So we'll go ahead and get started with the I think we'll actually we'll get started with this little life rafts back here. So basically the Fitzgerald and other freighters around this time had two lifeboats in the back, and then also had these life rafts, usually up on top of the wheelhouse or right behind the wheelhouse, somewhere around the front. Because you have crew back there who use the lifeboats, and crew up in the front. You just use the life rafts. The life raft on the Fitzgerald was actually recovered. It was found floating in the water by, I think, the SS William Clay Ford. Um, and so I've seen that one. It's at the museum, the Great Lakes Shipwreck Museum. It's in Cleveland with the Colonel James M. Schoonmaker. Um, but I have seen it, so it is kind of a pretty famous part of the ship. But it's right back here. It's just these 5 middle blocks. I'll make sure they're all facing the correct way, like this. I'm just using strip mangrove wood. Some people say it's like, and some models have it as like a bright orange color, like the lifeboats, or not lifeboats, like the life rings. Um, but based on what I could find, it looked more red like this, so that's what I'm using. So it's pretty simple. I just have it. So you have a line of 5 there of the stripped mangrove wood, and 2 more slabs up here, and then another line of 5 here. If you want to make it orange, you could use like stripped acacia slabs. Um, just put some levers on there to make it a little more attached. There, it's pretty simple detail. Now let's see. I could get, yeah, I'll get the. There's this whole pipe here. So in 1972, I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure it was 1972. The MF Fitzgerald had its bow thruster installed. So originally it was built without the bow thruster. So if you're building this ship, if you're building the Fitzgerald, like when it was launched, and you did not add the bow thruster, you're also gonna want to leave out this pillar here, because this was essentially just an exhaust pipe that was added later on for the bow thruster engine. So uh, there's pictures and models of the Fitzgerald, and a lot of them don't have this pillar there, which means the model was or picture was taken, before the Fitzgerald's bow thruster was added. So again, if you're doing its launch spec version, then you would not add this pillar. But if you are doing its sinking version, you are going to want to add it. So this is just on the corner here. It's pretty simple. Let's see, how far does this go up? 6. Okay. And then you have deep slate tile wall on the top. So go to this corner right here. Go to this block right here and add 6 up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then a deep slate tile wall on the top. And then just continue this line underneath like this until you hit the floor here, like that. That is the exhaust pipe. So there's that detail. Now let's see. What else is there? Oh, right. There's these vents on the side. So these are actually a little hard to tell because this kind of area up here is pretty hard to see. You can't really find any good pictures or anything with this area on it. So I believe these are vents here. So let's see, this is what, 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth block out. So I'm pretty sure these are vents though. So if you go from this end block of this wall here, go to the 5th block out. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll place a block there. This one in front, one behind, and add some stairs on top with some trapdoors. What you could do is, if you wanted to, you could add some like dark oak signs or something. Or use like item frames with iron bars inside of them to make them look like vents a bit more. But this is just the design I've chosen. So 2, 3, 4, 5. And there we go. So there's those two pretty simple vents. Let's see what I want to do now. I'll get the side lights. So there's these 2 side lights, of course. One is red, one is green. And I don't know if I should explain the purpose of them. If you wanna, I'm not gonna be able to explain the purpose of them for the side lights because I feel like a lot of people already know. But basically the port side here is always red, and the other side, starboard side, is always green on every ship. So for this side, I'm putting a brick wall. Let's see, was it which one trapdoor in the front? Yeah, one trapdoor here and one in the back like this, and then a polished blackstone pressure plate on top. If you want to make these actually lit up, like with a light or something, frog light or something else, you can go ahead and try. But I've just done this because it fits in better with the design. I know on my intro animation, since I use Minimator, I can just add a light piece there to make it look like it's lit up green. But you know, in Minecraft, you can't really do that. So that's just what I have done. Again, if you want to use your own design, you're absolutely welcome to do so. You're building it your ship. Just give me credit for the tutorial, of course. So if you wanna, if you wanna, I say this in pretty much all my videos, and so does Rich LaRousse, is that if you ever build my ships, you know, and you show them off like to other people, or in a video, or in a post or something, always just credit me for the design of it because I do spend a ton of time and research looking into all these ships and building them like as accurate as possible. So just some credit is nice for the design because plagiarism is illegal, so you shouldn't do that. And I can get you a strike on your YouTube channel or whatever if you decide to plagiarize it and say it's yours when it's not. So I don't think you would want that to happen. So just giving you my little warning now. Anyway, moving on, we have there's this sort of like, there's these bars, sort of like handrails that come out of this bulwark here. You can see it's a pretty famous part of the wreck where the entire, was like steering pole came down and slammed into the wheelhouse and bent this whole railing down. So I have that added here. I know Rich LaRousse didn't add it on his model, but I'm adding it on mine. So we'll just put 2 iron bars diagonally like that in the center. Give a 2 block space and do the same thing. 2 block space, do the same thing. 2 block space, do the same thing. And along here, we'll go to the 1, 2, 3rd block here. Actually, on this corner block right here, we add 1 there, and then add 1 above it like that. So it's sort of diagonal in 2 ways. You go 2 blocks from there, and then on this one, we do, I think it's those 2. Then 2 block space, and we do those 2, like that. I want to make sure, I'm going to check to see, is this one right? Alright, so that one just doesn't have, for some reason, this one just has a slab there. I guess just to make the bulwark look smoother. So just remove that one. Of course, it's the same thing on the other side. So 2 block space. Go ahead. Yeah, do the iron. Wow, my goodness. Do the iron bars here. 2 block space. Do iron bars here. 2 block space. Do the iron bars here. 2 block space. Do the iron bars here. 2 block space, and just do 1 iron bar there. 2 block space and 2. There we go. So there it is without the chains. I go ahead and add these levers here just to kind of connect the actual bars to the bulwark. Yeah, and then this whole thing just wraps around really. So I'll start on the front where it's easy. So these just go all the way across like this. And once you get to this point, these two will go on the block behind like that. Do the same thing on this side. So 1 there, 1 there. And then right here, it's a little bit confusing because we have to add 1 there. And then we go down a block. Or no, is it not down a block? Alright, it's the same block there. And then this one should actually be up a block. Like that. So this one is up on top. It's a block back like this. I know it's confusing. Very confusing. But then it goes down here. And this one is pretty simple. You just have a chain there, there, in between these 2 iron bars. And then this one, you have 1 there, and then 1 there. So it's a pretty confusing handrail design, but it's the best I've got, really. The best you can really do in Minecraft, because of the limitations that we have. So, do that, and then 1 there, and 1 there. Okay, so there's that whole handrail design up front. So it's not looking too shabby. Just like the prototype. So, we'll go ahead and get the handrails now. The rest of the handles around here. So these are a bit confusing, I'd say. I tried to optimize them to make it them kind of like the best spacing, I guess. But it is a little confusing, so I'll try and go through this a little slowly. But we'll start on the very center, on the back, right here. We'll place a fence, and of course it's the same on both sides. So on here we'll go 2 out, and then a fence, 2 out, and then a fence, and then 1 single gate, and then a fence. And then right here, this is where a fence would be, but obviously the pillar is there, so just add, I think it's 1 gate, and a fence, 2 gate, a fence, 1 gate, and then a fence, like that. And then right here, we just add a fence, and then a gate. And I think it's just 2 fence, and then 2 gates here. Yeah, like this. So it kind of goes around this, goes around the side lights. And I forget, does it connect back? Is it just a straight line? Yeah, it is just a straight line across. Okay, so just wanted to make sure of that. So we have 2 gates right there. So we have a fence there, fence there, fence there, 2 gates there, and then a fence. Actually, this one should be a 3rd gate, and then you place a fence on top because you're going to be going up a slab. Then place 2 fence or 2 gates and then a fence, 2 gates and then a fence. And you're going to want 2 more fence here and then a gate like that. And if you take your smooth quartz stairs, just put a few there and there. And it looks like your fences are actually connected to the, actual deck. So I know it's pretty confusing, and I'll do it again on this side. You won't have the pillar in the way. So you have 2 gates and then a fence, 2 gates and a fence, 1 gate, 2 fence there, gate, fence, 2 gates, fence, a gate, 2, 3 fence like that. 1, 2, 3 3 gates like that. 1 fence, 2 gates, fence, 2 gates, fence, and then fence, fence, and a gate. And then add your stairs. Like that. And I have the stairs facing backwards just to make it seem a bit more better spaced. So there's that whole area. Just one more little thing to do is there's a few of these iron bars here, which I believe were basically just connecting rods for the wires holding up the radar mast here. I did not actually add the wires because they're just so thin, but then these metal poles is where you'd attach the wires to. So it's 2 on that fence and 2 on that fence on both sides. So it's 1. So you have 2 there. Not this corner fence, but this one. You have 2 there. Same on this side. We have to there, like that, and to there. Alright, and there we go. So there's that whole deck detailed. The entire deck below it is detailed, obviously, besides the windows. Those will come in the last part. So now I think we can move on to the top of the wheelhouse. So yeah, we'll go ahead and get this whole area up here. I know it's a bit of a mess, so I'll grab all my materials for it, or at least most of them, whatever I can hold in my a hot bar at once. I already have those. I need those. I need those, and we'll start with that. So this first detail here is this searchlight. These were also on every ship for a long time, actually. The SS Regina has a searchlight. So it's just a direct wall, pale oak fence, and then a stripped pale oak log facing forward. Put a pale oak trapdoor on the back, and then put a glow item frame with a white stained glass paint in it. Oh, also, the side lights have been around for a long time as well. Those are also on the Regina. I think they started with like British Navy ships in like the 1700s or something. The side lights go way back. I think the searchlights are similar. But anyway, there's this other. I think this is a sort of weather vane sort of thing. So this is just tucked away in this corner of 2 and 1 there. So, and it's only on that corner, on that one side, not both. So we'll just add it here. I think it's what, 3 up, and they have 1 there and 2 there. You put the stone pressure plate on those 2 ends, like that. So there's that detail, and yep, I did get that right. Sweet. And now there's this other antenna. I believe this one would like spin around. It's one of those spinning ones. And I actually don't know. 6 back and then outward 1. It is slightly off center. So if you go right here, this is 1, this 1 block, and then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and this way 1. You build it, I think it's 3 up, and then we add 3 polished diorite slabs on top. There we go. So let's see. I guess I can add the bell now. So the bell, this is another very famous part of the ship. Because you know it rings what, 30 or because the original bell was recovered from the wreck, so then it rings for each person on the Edmund Fitzgerald on the anniversary. Anyway, from this fence here, we'll go out 1 and then back by 2, and that's where we'll end the wall piece. And then we add a fence there, 2 trapdoors on top, and the bell underneath. And you can ring that bell. I think I should ring it 29 times. Hold on. I guess 30. 30 times. I think, did I do that right, or did I need to go 1 block back more? I think I might need to go a block back more. Never mind, no I don't. Let me ring it 30 times. So actually, let me pull up the list of... Let's see, is there a list of the 29 names of all 29 sailors on board? Okay, so you got the, this is in no I think this is in a particular order, actually. Yes, last name, alphabetical. So you have the 3rd mate, Michael E. Armagost. A porter, Frederick J. Beecher. You have an oiler, Thomas D. Benson. The 1st assistant engineer, Edward F. Binden. You have the maintenance man, Thomas D. Borgeson. The 3rd assistant engineer, Oliver J. Champeau. Another porter, Nolan S. Church. A watchman, Ransom E. Cundy. 2nd assistant engineer, Thomas E. Edwards. The 2nd assistant engineer, another 2nd assistant engineer, is Russell G. Haskell. The chief engineer, George J. Hall. A deckhand, Bruce L. Hudson. A 2nd cook, Alan G. Coleman. The wiper, Gordon F. McLellan. Special maintenance man, Joseph W. Mazes. First mate, John H. McCarthy. The captain, Ernest M. McSorley. A wheelsman, Eugene W. O'Brien. Carl A. Peckle, watchman. A second mate, James A. Pratt. A steward, Robert C. Rafferty. Deckhand, Paul M. Ripa. Another wheelsman, John D. Simmons. Watchman, William J. Spangler. Another deckhand, Mark A. Thomas. An oiler, Ralph G. Walton. A cadet, David E. Weiss. And an oiler, Blaine H. Wilhelm. I think that's all of them. Yes. And then, of course, for Gordon Lightfoot, in honor of Gordon Lightfoot, we ring the bell a 30th time. So there we go. We have now rung the bell 30 times. 39 times for each man on the Fitzgerald, and once more for Gordon Lightfoot. So, there is the bell. There's our memorial service for all who have perished. And now we kind of get back to the tutorial. So, we have got to build the whole radar mast here. I know it looks complicated, but trust me, I can explain it pretty well. So let me grab. I think I can actually turn that into a banner. Get a banner. I'll have to pull out a banner. But there is a special thing there, and then this. Okay, that is the wall there. Need stairs, fence. It slabs, fence. Bars. Okay, I think this is what I have for now. So we'll go to the third block back, and this is how tall? 8 blocks tall. So if you go to the bell, we just rang. We'll go to the third block behind it right here. And that's the center of a cross we'll build with the red nether brick wall. And in total, we're going to make this 8 blocks tall. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let me just make sure that's right. 8 blocks tall. Then at the top block, we surround it with stairs. And then slabs around those. And then we put some fence on the corners with some gates like this. And then there's some other bits of detail here, which I don't remember fully. I think it's isn't it from here to here? Yeah, 8 blocks tall. Okay. So on the top of the 4th block, we add these trapdoors here. So oh, there's other gates there. Okay, so again, I'm trying to explain this as best as I can. Just follow what I loudly say, because I know some things I just talk quietly. But basically, whatever I loudly say is what you're following. So the 4th block up, it's a little hard to see, 2, 3, 4. Top of this 4th, we'll add, is that the top? Yeah, it's the top block of the 4th. 2 trapdoors out like that, and then 1, 2, 3, and then we'll add 1 on the side there, and 1 on the side there, if I can actually place it, like that. Then go to the 2nd block above that, so right here, we place 2 gates, like that. There we go. And now, for the banner, as I was saying, there was I think it was essentially a white C. So I think it was a black background. I need my loom as well. Loom and my white dye. Just get a stack of white dye. So with our loom, I believe this C was also lit up. Oh, and I actually need black dye as well. So I believe the C was lit up. So if you wanted to somehow put light blocks behind it, you can go ahead and try that. Okay, and then we just add a single footer on this. And there's our C right there. So it's a nice looking C. That stood for there was also the C on the back end there, which I think I might actually change. If we go back here, I know a lot of people are using banners. I think I did mention that you could do that in that when I think it was the last part. Yeah, last part when I built the funnel. So I'm considering adding the C here as a banner instead of just that. I think I'll do that. Here's my banner. Get a red banner, and then I already have white dye, and then what I really need is a red dye. So you got red, single red dye. Alright, so I'll show you how to make this C. One on the top. Yeah, one on the bottom. One on the side. And then the outline. And there we have, actually, there we go, there's our C. I just, the reason I used, buttons like this is for animation purposes, actually. So, with the animations in Minimator can't render banners. Just doesn't load them. So instead I opted for a white block with a button on it because it can render buttons. Yeah. So you can use banners here like I am, and it turns out nicely. The only thing is that banners don't render all the way out. So if you get a certain distance away, they won't show up. But yeah, we'll move on to the rest of the details now. I know I'm kind of wasting a lot of time here. But let's see, there's other details to add. Right, there's the torches there, and then there's this whole radar. So at the top of this platform here, we'll put a trapdoor on the end like this, one there and one there. And those just hold some lights here up at the top, like that. There's just some lights there that were on the real ship. And then I think it's up 2 blocks, in the diorite wall. We had 3 slabs across the back, and then on the front of those we add a stair like that, and a stair like that. Now on the front of those we put some just blank pale oak signs, and then right here we'll add a trapdoor, and then one on the front. So this whole front bit was slightly curved, as you can see. It's got a slight curve on the front. That radar. So there's that whole radar. And now there's just a little bit more to do for up here. I think that's pretty much, no, it's not the whole thing. I go out 3 there. Is it just those? Okay, yeah. So there's these other little long beams that kind of come out, which are kind of hard to replicate. So from these fence gates here, we add just like 1 and 2 and 3 fences going out like this. You could try to like connect them here if you wanted. I don't think that looks very pretty though, so I'll just lift them out, and you just have the fences themselves like that. It's kind of in that V shape. And then there's some supporting ones at the back here, which are pretty much the same. So you have, it's from, yeah, right under those slabs. You have 1, you go diagonally, you have 2, diagonally, you have 2, diagonally, you have 2. So I'll do it over on this tutorial version to show you what I mean. Underneath this slab, place 1 there, and diagonally you have 2 like that, so 2 like that, and then 2 like that, and then 2 right here. So you could do it from the ground up. You have 2 there, and then 2 there, and then 2 there, or like that, and then you have 1 right there. So here there's the supporting pillars, supporting lines for the radar mast, and now there's just, I think, 2 more things to add up here. There's this radar antenna thing behind the mast, which is 5 blocks of pale oak and then a polished iron slab. So pretty simple to make, just 5 up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the slab on top. And there's also, oh wait, no, there's a third thing. There's a sort of megaphone looking structure, and then another weather vane. So there's also this one. This is what, out by 3 and forward 1. So again, this is just on this side. So if you go to this side here of the radar mast, go out 3, 1, 2, 3, and then forward 1. You build up by, I think it's 3. 1, 2, 3. And then we add 2. It might actually be 4. I'll try 3 for now. And just add 2 open gates like that. If you look on the rec, you can kind of see what these are. Is it 4? It's 4. It's up by 4, not 3. These are also another thing that's hard to replicate. These tiny wiry details. There we go. There's that one. And then there's 2 more little things over on the side. So there is this weather vane looking thing. I think it is just another weather vane. And this is just 1 block in front and then out by, it's just in that corner. I can memorize that. It's just in the corner. It's a wall and that and button. Corner and then okay. So if you go to this corner here, where the fence is, which to add, I think it's up by 2. And then just add 2, yeah, 2 of the dark oak fence on it, because these were black colored. Some details were white, some details were red, some details were black. I don't fully understand why, but anyway, if you go inward by 1 and then 2 forward, you can build the like a megaphone looking thing. I think it's 2 fence, another brick wall, fence behind it, dark oak log in front with a button on it. There we go. So I think that is all of the details up on top. And yes, I did get them all correct, so that is fine. So I think we can now move on to the spur deck here. Let's see, I don't wanna. Wait, did I get the? I don't think I got the I didn't get the life rings back here. So these are. There's just 2 life rings back here on the pilot house deck thing. So just if you find this, find the exhaust pipe, go to the fence outward from that. And same thing where the pipe would be here on that fence. There we go. That's a pretty small detail, but it's there. All the tiny details make it look detailed. If I removed all the tiny details, then you wouldn't be able to see what was there. If I removed one tiny detail, you wouldn't even notice. They all just kind of add together to make it look more detailed. So I think that is all of that. And I also forget, did I add the pillars in the last part? Need to check this again. Because I feel like I might not have. Let me check. Emma Fitzgerald tutorial. See, that's when I'm building the funnel. I built the funnel for a while. Wow. Okay, now I'm back up at the bow. It looks like I am not to the end of the video yet. Looks like I did. Didn't I? Yeah, I did add the pillars. Okay. So that's fine. We already have the pillars. Sorry that took a minute, but we have those pillars there already, so that whole deck is detailed. Now the deck below this, it has these other pillars on the inside. So these pillars are kind of tucked on the inside here, and they are Got one on the center, of course, and then another one right after the wall goes inward. So, fly over to here. And we have go to the center block and go to the block in front of that right here. If you want to get your iron blocks right now, you can. And add the kind of supports. So I add first fence there, like that. And then if you go to basically where it goes inward by a block, this is where another fence would be. And then you can also add your iron blocks in here. Same thing on this side. This is where your fence would be. So add your 3 iron blocks. And your fence goes right here, right next to the exhaust pipe. So there's those 3 fences. And then, are there any other iron blocks? Oh, there aren't. Okay. I do already have the stairs going down, so that's fine. There are some life rings again, so I'll go ahead and add the life rings. I think these are just underneath. Yeah, they're right underneath the stairs. So if you go to this stair block, go to the 3rd block down. That's where we'll put a 3rd block down. We'll put a life ring there and there. And then I think there was also there a light in here that I added? Did I add the light? Okay, no, it's all embedded in the ceiling. I'll go ahead and get the man booms. That's what this is called. Is man boom. This is a man boom. Because a boom is basically another term for a crane. So if you see like something labeled as a boom, it's probably a crane. This is essentially a man crane. And these were on tons of ships. I know I added them on the William G. Mather up there. They're also on the Colonel James M. Schoonmaker on Fitzgerald. Basically, you have, deckhands and other people from the docks board the ship. They get on the ship to help like dock it or do stuff. And then before the ship leaves, they get off the ship. And so it's the other way too. So some deckhands will have to get off the ship while the ship is stopping. I think that's what these are used mostly for. Is you basically attach a crew member here with a harness, and you swing them out over the side of the ship while the ship is still moving, and lower them down onto the dock. It's a very interesting process, which I'm surprised didn't violate any like OSHA violations of the time or something. But that's what they did. So, yeah, very very interesting. But that's how it operated. And so I shall add these man booms. So these are tucked away in the corners, barely noticeable. But we go up on this corner. You build up 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Do the same thing on this side. 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then for the actual arm, we'll go on this block right here, like this bottom block. I'll go out 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it just follows the contours of this outline here. And then here, just add 1, 2, 3, 4. Now under the second block right here, we'll add a little winch, grindstone. There we go. Now on the, I think it's, yeah, this top pillar, we'll add 1, 2, 3 chains like that. And then going down a block, so right here. Oh, nope, right here. We add 4 chains, so 1, that's 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we add 4 again, so 1, 2, 3, and 4. And that should stop a block before the winch. Do the same thing on this side, so 1, 2, 3. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 2 there, and 2 there. There's those man booms. And then another detail back here is this sign, this builder's plate. So on the real life builder's plate, it says the full name SS Edmund Fitzgerald, hull number 301. I think it says something else as well, and then it says Great Lakes Engineering Works. Obviously you can't fit all of that on a Minecraft sign. So this is what I have. It says Eddie Fitzgerald up at the top in full caps, and below it says hull number 301, and then just Great Lakes Engineering Works. So That's just what I have, and I really hope the sign copying works, because if it doesn't, I'll be annoyed. Okay, good, it does work. So there's that. I also made it, I used the glow ink sac on it so you can actually make out the letters better. But in reality, it was just embedded in it. There wasn't really like an outline to the letters. It was just embedded in the plate. So anyway, um, oh, there's these things. So there's sort of these. I think these are sort of like bearings for rope to go through. Um, I see them on plenty of ships, but if you just add two there, if you look up, I'm pretty sure they're still used on like modern freighters. So I think it's a pretty big part of freighters. It's sort of like I guess yeah, it kind of is just like a bearing that you slide a rope through, and I guess it just allows the rope to roll freely through. For some reason, it that's that's my theory, my take on it. So. If anybody knows what any of these other details I'm confused about, if you know what they actually do, please let me know. I'm happy to learn. Um, so I think do we already have the track? We do. Okay. Get the winches, I guess. So these winches are pretty complex. Well, they look complex, but these are actually just. I think these are pretty much the exact same design as the winches I have on the William G. Mather. So if you already have that built, you can kind of just copy them and then recolor them to be brown. But I will build them again. So this is what is it, a 3x5? Yeah, 3x5 platform. You do need to know where to place them though, so because they're in a bit of a different place. So basically, you have the center pillar here. You go out by 2 blocks. This is where we'll add 3. Bring this 1, 2, 3, 4 more blocks back. That's where one 3x5 is. You have a 3-block space, and on the 4th, that's the top corner of the next 3x5. So there's the bases for the winches, and the winches were brown. So now on the back, on the middle of the winch, we'll add a circle of spruce stairs, and then dark oak stairs around that. This is the actual like winch part of the winch. Do the same thing here, like this. There you go. So there's those two basic winches. And then let's see. There is. Oh man, it's complex. I usually like complex things, but building them is not the greatest. Not super fun. I'm trying to memorize how this goes. 2 there. I think this is, yeah, it's wood. And was there 2 trapdoors on this side? It's just one, okay. I may have figured out the design. Well, I'll try and build it over here. So we'll build 2x2 right here with 2 wall pieces. And then a dark oak wood block there with the dark oak button. Do the same thing on here, except obviously like this. So we have 2 there, wood brick wall there, wood there with a button on it. Now on we need the gate. Where's the gate? So we'll add 2 gates here and here with a trapdoor. My trapdoor again on the end of that, and then also a trapdoor right here on the end of that winch. There's another little knob to adjust something. And then you have a fence there, and a gate there. There we go. And then over here, just put 2 gates there. Put the trapdoor there, and then a fence there, and a gate in the middle. There you go. There's our winches. 2 winches done. I guess I could go ahead and get the winches in the back, since this whole front area is decorated now, and I already just built the winches. So, I think I'll just lay the foundations and then copy and paste them. So, because they're the exact same. They're literally the exact same thing. Except since they're so close to the cargo hatches, they're a little hard to copy. But yeah, this one especially is right up against the cargo hatch. So yeah, these actually have to be embedded in the deck since there's no slabs there. So this is what, center, and then you go forward one, and then two. Okay. Okay, I think I got it. So try the placements for them, and then just copy them. So if you go to the center of your cargo hatch right here, and then go to the second block outward this way towards the port side. So go 1, 2, and then we'll add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Brings forward. That's the base of one winch. A 3-block cap from this top one, and we'll add the other winch there. That's where winches go, and you're gonna have to take out these bits here. So I'll go ahead and copy and paste what I have over here. It's a bit of a long fly. So we'll just copy from here up to here, and I'll stand on this block. So copy from there, use a teleport thing. There we go, now there quickly. And then we'll go ahead and copy it, or paste it here. And yeah, that seemed to work. Just gotta remove a few, do a few quick adjustments. Should be fine. So just gotta put some walls and fences back, like that. Let me just make sure this would go correctly. Yeah, that's fine. And then there's a few trapdoors you need to add. So you need to add one right here. And I think, did I add the button over here? I did. Okay. Yeah, that's actually just that one trapdoor. So there's those 2 winches in the back done. So now go ahead and get the spur deck details. It's pretty simple actually. I think I'll start with the handrails and then go from there. And I know I'm kind of dragging this part on a while, but whatever. Gotta get this ship done. So it is just, 2 fence, or 2 gates and fence, 2 gates and fence, 2 gates and fence, all the way along. Let me see. Does it change when it goes up a slab? 2 fence, 2 gates. Okay, it doesn't really. Yeah, it doesn't. Okay, so fly back up to the bow. We'll start right here. So we just do 2 fence, or 2 gates and a fence, 2 gates and a fence, 2 gates and a fence, and then I'll stack these by like 30. Well, that's not even enough. If I did 60, that's still not enough. That's a long ship. Okay, how about 65? All right, that'll get me close enough. And I know this is just kind of, I know you usually put a fence on top of there, but we'll eventually be putting lanterns up here. That's where a fence will go, so don't worry about that. Yeah, use the stack tool again. If I can use my axe. I'll do stack by 10, I guess. There you go, that lines up perfectly. If you take your dark oak stairs, you can also go ahead and change some of these blocks to stairs. Oops. There we go. So now it just looks like the fences are actually connected to the decking. And I think these are all facing backwards, right? Oh, apparently that one too. I thought it was only the ones behind it, but I guess you do add another stair right here. Here we go. So I'll do one side details and then copy, flip, and paste them to the other side because it's exactly symmetrical. I think I could probably finish the spur deck, and then the last part will just be the aft details and the rest of the windows. So, yeah, we'll go ahead and get these blocks here. these blocks here, get these blocks here, and stairs. Okay. And let's see. So this is, we have vents here. These two vents are actually what came off when these are the vents that are believed to have been washed away when the Fitzgerald went down. I think I explained this in like the first part when I was showing off this, that the vent caps are gone, because Captain McSorley had reported that they have a rail down and they have some vents missing. So it's believed that these are the vents that got washed away along with this rail. And with those vents open, it allowed water to get into the ballast tanks and passageway and sink the ship partially. Cause more of a sinking. So these are, I know they're not perfectly centered, but I believe they shouldn't be. And that's what a 4-block gap, and then you have the, hold on, is this? Oh, these aren't consistent. Okay. So you have the vents here. You can see they're a block forward of the center, I guess. And then those are on every, what is it? One, two, yeah, every third space between the cargo hatch. So I'll do this on the or on the tutorial ship. So this is the first spacing here. I just add one there, 2 vents. And then we'll go to the 1, 2, 3, third hatch spacing. Same thing. 1, 2, 3. Do the same thing. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Now with these vents, and also some other details on the spur deck, it's a little unclear based on some pictures where they actually were, or how they were actually placed. Like, especially the lanterns on the side. You see how the lanterns across? I think they may have been changed over the years, or they might have been removable or something. Because some pictures you can find them, where they're like every so often. Other pictures, there's just no lanterns at all. So it's pretty. It mixes. It varies depending on whatever source you look at. So, you know, it's just kind of a guess. I think it might not have had the lanterns when it sank. So if you're doing like a sinking version, I guess just remove these lanterns. I don't know. You kind of have to do your own research. I'm not explaining it well, but let's see. This is a 4-block gap. This is on hatch 2. I think it goes by hatch, and then after it's in that hatch gap, and that gap, and that gap. Okay, so never mind. It's not in the. It's not perfect. But anyway, we'll place our first one on the center of the second hatch. That's where we'll put our first one. So there, like that. There's the first bollard. Oh, and before I forget, there's also another there's another little bit here. If you go in between these two hatches, go to the center, remove these 2 bits, and put upside down stairs. There's a little like hole to put rope, I guess. Sort of like up here. If I go to yeah, like this slab, it's sort of like that. One of those kind of holes to put rope through. I guess they just had one at the bow, which there wasn't one anywhere else on the ship. It's just these ones at the bow. So it's interesting. Anyway, let's see. I'll count these hatches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So between the right after the 6th hatch. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6th hatch. We'll place our next bollard, which again is just a block forward of the center. And then our next hatch is, let's see. So you have the 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th. So 7, 8, 9, 10, 11th. And then right after the 11th, between the 11th and 12th, we place the next bollard, like that. And then 12, 13, 14, 15. So 12, 13, 14, 15. So between the 15th and 16th hatch, we place our next bollard. And then 16, is it 17, 18, 19, So just right after, is this? That's kind of aligned with the edge of this hatch. Okay. So basically where this second to last hatch is the 20th hatch, we'll just add 3 there. So there's kind of a 1 block slab between that and that because of the camber. So we'll add that there. Alright, so actually I don't want to, just going to copy and paste it to the side. I don't need to add it here. So there is that. And then I think, oh yeah, there's more little like, what is it, the rope bearings. I don't know if there's an actual technical term for them. I'm just saying rope bearings. Just add 2 more back here. Now we can go ahead and add the lanterns, which are spaced evenly, and we can do them properly. So these are each 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks. This one is 4, and then this one is this one up 5? Yeah, okay. So lantern height doesn't actually change. It does? Does it change? No, it doesn't. Okay. Lantern height stays the same all the way across. And these go... Oh, is it really at the front of each third hatch? I know the first one's at the bow here. Yeah. Okay, so you go to the second hatch. Go to your second hatch and basically go a block back from the first block. So right here. This is where your first hatch is. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What did I do for this? Did I use a dark oak fence? Okay, it's a dark oak fence, not another brick fence. So using your dark oak fence, we'll build up 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 1 forward and a lantern underneath. Now every third hatch has a lantern. So 1, 2, 3. Put it on the same position to block back from the front. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There. And then 1, 2, third hatch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, third hatch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then 1, 2, 3, third hatch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lantern. 1, 2, third hatch. Put it just right here, like that. So 1, 2, 3. It's actually going to be 4. 4 up, and then they turn because you don't want the lantern height to change. And then 1, 2, third hatch, and you just add 1, 2, 3, 4. Add your lantern there. So there we go. There's all the details on one side done. I'll go ahead and copy and paste them all now. So just copy from up here, and then go down to all the way over to here, all the way up to the bow. You can marvel at the beautiful details that everything is covered in now. Go down to here, stay in the middle. I'll just do copy, flip right, and paste. And there's all the other side details done. So now all that's left with the spur deck is the actual hatch cover crane. And then there's a few other things here. I guess before I do anything else, I'll get these pillars because they're pretty simple and I don't want to forget them. So there's just 2 pillars. If you go to sort of the front panel here, just go to the second block in and just add them right here. Should connect up with this hatch support. Just 4 there and 4 there. And there we go. So I don't want to do too much else yet. So I think the rest of these details I can get in the next part. Part 7, and then I think I can probably finish this up with an 8th part, which is just the windows and doors. So, yeah, there's it's really all that. So yeah, I've got a nice looking ship. Just got a few more details to add. So, yeah, that's really all I have for this video. So, hopefully I'll see you guys in the next one. So, bye for now.